all these buttons with my fucking when I'm talking. But it's okay. You don't know the story, and I'm about to tell you the whole story. So get ready for it. The movie is gonna start off with Peter fucking Parker being Spider-Man. And he is completely 100% focused on being Spider-Man. He doesn't want to go to college. He doesn't want to have any friends or girlfriends or anybody to talk to. He is 100% focused on saving the city and the little person in town. And we're going to get a monologue, which, by the way, I'll straight up say this. There is already a leaked, and I showed it to Super Saiyan Joku, trailer of already, the first trailer is already leaked. But unfortunately, Sony got mad that it was leaked like the last time it was leaked. And they decided they're not going to release the official trailer till like February. But I saw it. Joku, you've seen it. So I'm going to describe to you the trailer and tell you what the whole movie is. And when the trailer finally comes out, even if they alter it and change it and show you something different than what I saw, I promise you, you will see the same shit that I just talked about in this broadcast. And you will see, holy shit, Son of Man spoiled the entire movie a long time ago. And no one subscribes, likes, comments, or even fucking watches his channel. Just remember that. The movie will start with Peter Parker focusing 100% on being Spider-Man and showing a montage of him fighting Tarantula, Boomerang, and fucking, what's this fucking pussy's name? Ramrod crashing in. And mind you, this is what I'm showing you here, even though it's in comic book forms, it's in the leaked trailer. They 100%, I promise you, Sony will change the leaked trailer because it already leaked, and they're gonna change it so it doesn't look like what we saw. And it's in really bad quality, but I can tell. This is what's in the trailer. A montage. Now, this leaker claims, and I think he's lying. I genuinely do think he's lying. But because the trailers tend to only show you bits and pieces, this might be true. This leaker claims that they will also show you in the movie, not the trailer, that Spider-Man not only fought Ramrod and Boomerang and Tarantula, but he also fights Chameleon and the Rhino. And it's gonna look badass, but it's gonna be short clips like this because it's gonna basically show you what Peter has been up to since the MCU has been happening in the background. That's what happens. In the trailer, it is shown, and I have seen it with my own eyes. I've shown it to Joku, and I have shown it to DMT, the pussy. But I've shown it to you motherfuckers. I can't show it to you here because we already get enough copyright strikes for not even being monetized. We get copyright strikes, so I'm not gonna show it. But I'm telling you, I've seen it, and in the trailer, it shows that Peter seems to be having some sort of problems with his fucking powers. Maybe he's losing them or they evolving, but they do show a scene where he is in a cocoon of webbing. It's weird, and this is in the trailer. He is in a cocoon of webbing, And he breaks out of the cocoon like the way a moth does. Like, he's like, what the fuck? And he comes out of it. He's naked. He's naked. Maybe he has his boxer shorts or a thong on. I don't know what the MCU is going to do. But the trailer I saw, he comes out of the cocoon and he seems naked. And he's confused. And he doesn't know what's wrong with his powers. And so, according to the leaker, Peter will have issues with his powers. And he will have anger issues throughout the movie. And sometimes his powers don't work. And sometimes they do. And everybody is freaking the fuck out. Because we might just see, for the first time ever, Spider-Man, the Man Spider. The Man Spider from the 1994 fucking series in live action. Now, this is not in the leaks. It just says that Peter has issues with his fucking spider powers, kind of like the way fucking Tobey Maguire did. But it does say that he gets aggressive and that at one point he might grow extra limbs. It doesn't say he turns into a monster, but it says he might grow extra limbs. The main villains, there are two main villains. One of them is the director of the Department of Damage Control, which we've already seen in a few movies. We haven't seen him, but we've seen the Department of Damage Control in a few movies. And they seem to be targeting superhuman people with human abilities, like the way they did in the Ms. Marvel, Kamala Khan series, and the way they've been doing in the other Spider-Man movie and shit. The main villain, the director, is gonna be played by woke as fuck.
Woke as fuck.
Actor Tramel Tillman. They actually wanted Coleman Domingo to play the part, but you know, he's pretty famous, and he was probably busy sucking some dick or some shit like that. Oh yeah.
Woke as fuck.
But they decided to get this guy, and he's out there busting motherfuckers who have superhero powers and shit. Now, there is a wild card in this movie because there is a little girl that is being chased by the Department of Damage Control, and they're chasing super powered individuals, and supposedly they are chasing none other than Sadie Sink. And yes, my friends, no matter what any of the fucking pussy ass nerds are saying, it is true. Sadie Sink will be none other than Jean fucking Grey for the MCU. That's right. Sadie Sink will be Jean Grey, but they're not gonna tell you her name until the end of the movie. She'll be a mysterious little girl who is being chased by the Department of Damage Control. And Spider-Man, who is in the middle of all this, gets in the middle of the Damage Control trying to catch this little girl. And so then he stops them from catching her, and she tells him, if they show the exact same trailer I saw in the trailer, she tells them, Spider-Man, stay away from my business, or else your friends aren't gonna be the only ones that don't remember Peter Parker. And she does something to him, and he falls down and goes unconscious. Like she puts him to sleep. It's Jean Grey. They're not going to tell you to the end of it. They're going to do the young X-Men. They're bringing her in slowly. She's on the run from an organization that's hunting people with superpowers and she's happening to be one of them. And she's mad because every time she's almost away, Spider-Man shows up because he's an idiot. Peter Parker, he no longer has Tony Stark in the AI, so he's out there by himself. And every time he shows up, he fucks things up for her. And shit. And so she's gonna get arrested and captured because of Spider-Man from the fucking Department of fucking whatever the fuck. The second bad guy in this movie is going to be Tombstone, motherfuckers, who is going to be played by none other than albino rapper Marvin Jones the Third. And basically, he's gonna play the role that Wilson Fisk plays, the Kingpin, where he's like this fucking guy who's an underworld boss, but nobody knows who he is, and no one ever ties him into anything. Spider-Man will never find out Tombstone is in charge or anything. Tombstone has been doing all these crimes, and he's getting pissed because Spider-Man's stopping them. And so Tombstone decides to hire the Hand, which has to do with Daredevil. He hires the Hand in order to try to fucking stop Spider-Man or whatever the fuck. And so what he does is that he sends the Hand to break in to the raft or wherever the supervillains are held. And they cause all this trouble. And during that shit, Spider-Man starts losing his powers. And he doesn't know what the fuck to do. And so then the Punisher shows up. And the Punisher, Frank Castle, helps out Spider-Man because he's lost his powers and shit. During all this, the Scorpion is let loose, and Tombstone talks to him and basically tells him, hey, I just helped you get out. How about I give you an upgrade? I'll give you a suit if you fucking take care of Spider-Man for me. So that's what's happening so far. After this, Spider-Man freaks out because his powers are not working. And so then he goes and talks to Bruce Banner, who is in New York for whatever reason. Because Mundami just got elected fucking mayor of New York, so all these communists from all over America, like Mark Ruffalo, want to go over there and relocate. So Mark Ruffalo's over there because he wants Mundami to be his fucking mayor and shit. And he's over there. And Spider-Man tells him, hey, help me out with my powers and shit, you communist motherfucker. And so this guy tells him, well, I mean, you're mutating like a mutant and shit. I'm going to try to come up with something. You have to give me time. But Bruce Banner is freaking out because the Department of Damage Control and Mutants is up his ass because they're like, we know you're the Hulk and you better not be helping these fucking mutants and superheroes because we're going to arrest your ass. And so Banner starts freaking out and he's scared because he doesn't want to turn into the Hulk and shit. After this, after we said Tombstone supplies fucking Scorpion, there is a battle between the Scorpion and Spider-Man in the city. And it is super epic. They say super fucking epic. But Spider-Man does fucking finish him off. And shit. But unfortunately he finishes him off because his powers, or he starts going crazy because he starts mutating. And even though the Scorpion suit is, his suits will be all fucked up, the Scorpion. His suit will be all fucked up. And Spider-Man is all mutating or his powers are not working. So Matt Gargan escapes without his suit and he runs away. And while Spider-Man is dealing with his fucking powers and shit, then all of a sudden Bruce Banner starts freaking out. He starts freaking out about the Department of Damage Control, and he turns into the Gray Hulk. A new transformation we've never seen before. And shit. And he starts destroying shit. Now, this is the part you can take with a grain of salt. A grain of salt around the ass of the rim of your ass. Because it's going to sting a little. But according to this leaker, the Hulk literally kills people. He will kill people during his rampage as the Gray Hulk. And this will be the final straw. And the Punisher will come out and he will get in there and try to stop him. But the Punisher is just a guy without any superpowers, and it's just guns, and that's not even enough for the Hulk, for fuck's sakes. No one can stop the Hulk, not even Thor, who's a god. So what the fuck is Frank Castle gonna do with a Gatling gun? So then, Yelena, supposedly, Yelena and the new Avengers show up, and shit, and they're all there. And it's still too much for the Gray fucking Hulk. Because this is the gray one. This is the green one. This ain't no red one. This is the gray one. This is the strongest Hulk that's ever been conceived by the mind of any fucking nerd that's never been laid in the past 50 years. You sons of bitches.
Wolfpack, for live.
So at the end of the day, it's none other than fucking Jean Grey who saves the day. And so Jean Grey solves the fucking Hulk mystery. And she calms Banner down and transforms him back to human form. But then all of this stressing out fucks up Peter Parker. And supposedly Tom Holland begins to metamorph into the Man Spider. Nah, I don't think we're gonna get a Man Spider transformation. I think it'll be teased. Maybe he will, maybe not in the whole movie, maybe at the end, like this, at the end. He'll grow extra arms. Help me! Freaking out and shit. But as they say, Jean Grey, girl power, shows up. She goes into Peter's mind and makes him realize, because this is what the whole movie's about, believe it or not. Spider-Man 2, all over again. She makes Peter realize that Spider-Man and Peter Parker are one. And you cannot be one without the other. So this whole time Peter was saying, I don't want to be Peter Parker because everyone doesn't know who I am. And Zendaya and my friends are all gone and no one knows nothing. I'm only going to be Spider-Man. She makes him realize you can't just be Spider-Man. You have to be Spider-Man and Peter Parker. Because it's one half of each other. And together, you are strong. And so he snaps out of it. He doesn't transform. He goes back to being the regular Peter Parker. Supposedly, according to the fucking leaks and shit. Alright? That's what they're saying. I don't know. I'm just fucking telling you what they say and shit. He goes back to being Jean Grey. Let's see where I'm at. Jean Grey saves the day. And then, at the end of the movie, Jean Grey leaves to go be an X-Men or on the run again. A runaway. And then Spider-Man goes to fucking piece of shit communist Mark Ruffalo and tells him, hey, I need a cure. Are you finished with it? And Mark Ruffalo says, oh yeah, after all this, oh, don't worry, nostalgic. I'm going to give you the source in a little bit. Don't worry about it. Just wait a little bit. And then Mark Ruffalo says, hey, don't worry about it. Here, drink this. You'll be cured. And so then Spider-Man is cured. And Mark Ruffalo is arrested because he's a communist. And we don't like communists in America. They shit. All right. And then the end of credit scene, according to this fucking leak, is that the Venom symbiote is then being sold at the end of the movie from Tombstone. Tombstone has it in a little jar, the symbiote, and he's selling it to Mac Gargan, the Scorpion, because he's mad after Spider-Man beat the shit out of him during the movie and destroyed his suit with his rage of almost transforming into a monster. And so he tells him, I want whatever you're selling. And he buys the symbiote from Tombstone in a little jar. And it's just basically setting up Venom for the next Spider-Man movie after Secret Wars. That's what it says. That's what it says. My theory is the other end of credit scene will be Peter in New York suddenly seeing his world disintegrate or being destroyed around him, because the way the continuity is, I feel that Spider-Man Brand New Day will be happening simultaneously to Avengers Doomsday, which is why Tom Holland's Spider-Man is not going to be in that movie, because both movies are happening at the same time. Peter is dealing with his own shit, so he doesn't realize what's happening to the rest of the world. At the end of Peter's movie, the world starts ending and crashing into each other, and things are getting destroyed. And he's like, what's going on? Zendaya, please. And then all of a sudden, a goddamn portal will open. My guess. This is not part of the leak. This is my guess. A portal will open, and Hugh Jackman, Tobey Maguire, and probably Andrew Garfield, although he might be excluded out of this because they're not paying him enough money. They'll just grab Peter Parker, Tom Holland, and pull him in. Because Tom Holland is the only surviving member from the MCU timeline that makes it into Battleworld with his memories intact. Besides Thor, because, well, we'll get into that in a little bit. But that is basically the end of fucking Spider-Man Brand New Day. The entire fucking movie.